Hello y'all, this is Battle for Mars, a Hearts of Iron 4 mod that takes place on Mars. This modification starts in the year 2020, and it is based upon the universe of another HOI4 mod called the Mythos, which itself is based upon the universe of the analog horror series Monument Mythos, and the Mythos and Battle for Mars share the same original developer, I believe. And some things just to explain about this mod: there are a lot of these Martian wasteland places, such as Martian Claim Corporate and Martian Claim Other. As time goes on in a playthrough, the different countries will claim the territory of these Martian wastelands. These representatives of states back on Earth, such as the Alpha Charlie base, they will take this land as time goes on automatically, and more countries will appear. And I shouldn't say, well, how to say this. All these countries that are representing Earth, or states back on Earth more accurately, they will lose contact with the home planet and will be left to pick up the pieces. And let's go to the political tab now and just go over to ideologies. This mod, Battle for Mars, is using a 1990s Windows UI for some reason. It's an interesting choice, I'll say that much. So going to the ideologies, we have Democratic, Communist, Fascist, Reactionaries, and Non-Aligned, so 5 ideologies total. Then for the research tree, going there now, we have here just what is basically the vanilla HOI4 tech tree as of this time, but some of the graphics icons have been changed around. And then we have just, the basic vanilla HOI4 tech tree, the research tree. And let's move on now to just checking out the different countries of the world. I don't think there's any starting factions. Let me check there. There's no starting factions at all in this mod. Before you get to countries more, I will say that this mod, besides having basic Earth time, it also has a counter for time on Mars. And to my understanding, 1 full year on Mars, if you use Earth days as an equivalent, it takes 687 Earth days to equal out to 1 year on Mars. And so it's just twice as long as 1 year on Earth. And let's now check out all the countries in this mod, and we'll start in the north and go down south. We have the Martian Tundra. Don't know what goes on there. We have Martian Claim Northwest. Then there is the Nordic Colonial Unit. We have the Shi territory, and there's not a lot of manpower for many of these countries. I think some of the largest in terms of manpower, like Novorossiya and the Shi territory and a few others, but there's just not a lot of manpower to go around. Divisions for any of these states will be extremely small compared to your division in base HOI4, and so they're not going to be like 10,000 men usually, or 10,000 soldiers. We have Martian Claim Novorossiya, who is communist, and I think Russia in this mod's timeline back on Earth is still communist because the Soviet Union controls it, or some kind of version of the Soviet Union, but I could be wrong. But they are communist, and they have the Russian flag in their flag here. So then we have the United Arab Emirates is here for some reason. Saudi Arabia is also here. Then we have Martian Claim Corporate, the 3 cities, which I kid you not is a parody. It's a reference, well, not sure. It's a reference to the TV show Moral Oral, and that is just, yeah. So moving on, then we have the Unknown. Then there is the state of Kyoto. There's Martian Claim Other. We have Alpha Charlie Wasteland. Then there is Alpha Charlie Base. We have the West Texas Republic, and the West Texas Republic is led by Elon Musk. He is on Mars and Battle for Mars. Then we have Martian Claim Corporate. We have New Bharat, which is India's representation on Mars. We have the Fjordstad, and then there is the British colonial government. We have Martian Claim Other, New Kiev, and then there is the European Martian colony. And then off on its own, we have a couple more things to check out, and that is the Wild East, which is kind of like a Martian wasteland territory, and Outpost Velior, which I believe has the most manpower. It controls the state with the largest amount of population in it, and that's only 10,000. So that is the type of population size you're generally working with in Battle for Mars. Not a lot of manpower to go around here. Overall, this mod has a lot of potential, and it definitely has a unique setting as far as alternate history scenarios go. That is for sure. And if you like it, you can check it out in the video description. A link to it is there. If you enjoyed this video itself, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.